On one normal November morning I created one of my most iconic videos, based on one video that one of my favorite YouTubers made. I decided to make more videos on the subject. Now I have a full-on mini-series. It has been over a year since I had made one of these videos and a lot has changed since I have made one of these videos, so please take this voyage with me to answer the question, is streaming becoming the new cable? Let's check on our good friends at Netflix. Sadly, their once extensive and varied library has really taken a huge hit and is now a mere fraction of its past glory. But Netflix has been pumping out some real big name exclusives and originals as of lately that are still keeping the entire service afloat. There was that new Cuphead show, and that show about the octopuses playing Fortnite or something. So other than those, nothing really up with Netflix, so on to Hulu. Oh wait, breaking news. This just in, Netflix has lost 2 million subscribers. So yeah, apparently while I was writing this, Netflix decided to die and its stock plummeted. This could be down to many factors, but Netflix isn't taking this too well, as they might add new fees for password sharing, and they might even add advertisements in their content. Yikes. Oh yeah, Hulu. Nothing really up with Hulu now. It really seems to me that most news isn't affecting the main 3 streaming services, since Amazon does not have much news going for them at the moment, other than that new gaming streaming service Luna. When Amazon showed off this to the world, I was judging them mostly because game streaming in general sucks. For all the 7.9 billion people who have not heard about Luna, it is Amazon's answer to Google Stadia. It can be used on many devices like the Fire TV, which in my opinion has more value and more use than a Chromecast. Luna also has games, like Sonic Mania and some Jackbox titles. But then again, it is all streamed instead of played locally, so that means you'll have to endure all the problems of streaming, such as lag. That is probably more info about a streaming service that you care to know, so moving on to another lesser known streaming service is Peacock. Peacock is the entire reason why we do not have The Office on Netflix. Thanks to the multi-billion-dollar corporations. Anyways, this is clearly not very popular, since I've only heard it being talked about maybe twice. Once, when I heard that The Boss Baby 2 was being streamed on The Thing, and the other as Peacock revealed they were going to make a TV show about Ted. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say Peacock is not doing so well. But you know what is doing well? Disney Plus. You know, I gained more respect for the word plus ever since I got the T84 Plus, so let us check out the service. Well, Disney has been pumping out originals constantly since it came out. So much so that some of Pixar's movies have exclusively come out on the service and are skipping releases on the big screen. Some people have criticized this decision, as it kinda is disrespecting Pixar in a way. I'm just glad that the new Buzz Lightyear movie is coming out in theaters. I noticed that I have barely checked on Tubi in a while, so let's go check up on them. Whoa, Tubi has Ninjago? And Pixels? And even the Angry Birds movie? I know someone watching will squeal when they hear that the Angry Birds movie is free. I know that Sony buying Tubi was a very good idea and would only make its library of films larger, but I didn't know it expanded to the point where they have a lot of high-class movies from other movie studios. These are some high-profile movies, and I'm glad they have a lot of movies so that people of lower income could have some pretty good entertainment. They have Stuart Little. Forget what I said, Tubi stinks. I kid, but seriously, I'm glad that Fox has been doing well with the service. Oh my gosh, it just keeps getting better, doesn't it? There's also live channels and live local news. I applaud you, Fox. Actually, I'm not sure if I have talked about Pluto TV yet. They plan to expand to Canada, so I'm glad that my Canadian friends will enjoy the luxury that is Pluto TV. The first thing I see on the actual web app is the new search function. Is it sad that they have to write the word new next to the search function? They have G4 now, which the only way I know about that channel is because Scott the Was is on that channel, and I like Scott the Was. They also added a ton of new Spanish channels since they expanded to Spanish speaking territories. They also have been expanding to France and Italy. Although last year they did get into some trouble with the FCC, since they didn't include closed captioning on some programming. Anyways, I'm glad that Pluto TV and Tubi is still doing good even to this day. You know what is underrated? IMDb TV, or yeah, IMDb. Wait, what happened to IMDb TV? Well, turns out Amazon renamed the service to Freevee, which sounds stupid, if you ask me, but whatever. This one, like Tubi, also has originals. You know, I can appreciate that big companies like Fox and Amazon are taking risks and making original programming. This shows that they aren't treating this as a dump of old and boring content and the Angry Birds movie. It shows that they want stuff like Tubi and Freevee to stand with the big boys. I respect you, a multi-million-dollar company. Live TV is pretty cool, so let's talk about Hulu and YouTube's offerings. Since my last major video about streaming services, they both now have Viacom. I mean Paramount channels like Nick and Comedy Central. Although this does come at the price, pun completely intended, at a higher price tag for both. Hulu with live TV is now $70 a month, while YouTube TV is now $65 a month. Keep in mind that Hulu's plan includes Hulu with ESPN and Disney+, though both do have plenty of add-ons that expand the plan like HBO Maximum. Speaking of which, HBO Maximum is Time Warner's entry in the streaming market, and they have been pushing this multiverse thing. The second Space Jam was basically an advertisement for it. I can see where HBO is going with this, but honestly they have been looking at this wrong. It feels more like an ad for this service than a true multiverse. We will see how they treat this. All I know about this is that there is South Park. Also, I have heard nothing about their originals, which is definitely not a good sign. Oh, and back to YouTube, it seems like Google has killed off their YouTube originals. But that was expected, as Google has a habit of killing their products. Back to live streaming TV, let's check on Fubo and Philo. Fubo is a live TV streaming service that focuses on sports. While it does have a lot of sports related channels, it does have plenty of channels focused on other subjects. Kind of like Discord. Philo is not really notable except for the fact that the creator started out with an antenna he made out of aluminum. It is also, to my knowledge, that this is the first live TV service with an original series, not counting Hulu and YouTube. Oh yeah, I forgot about DirecTV Stream. Honestly, I do not know anything about this other than the fact it came pre-installed on my phone and I cannot figure out how to delete it. Time to talk about the streaming services we lost along the way. Remember Locast? Well, to those who don't know, Locast was some super cool and free streaming service that gave free access to local over-the-air channels that you could already access for free via an antenna or a baby pin with some tinfoil, if you are feeling crafty, over the web. It was a non-profit that only operated in a few cities in the United States, but I guess the Big Five didn't like the fact they were losing almost $0 a year. It sucks, but then again you can always just buy an antenna. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before, but we lost Quibi. Oh no, I'm so sorry for the 2 people who actually subscribed to that. While I do agree that it did have a lot of potential to revolutionize the streaming market, but despite being launched in the heat of the pandemic, it never really caught on. Time for everyone's favorite the Eye of Cthulhu. No, I'm joking. I'm talking about CBS. For some reason they thought it was a good idea to make a streaming service. It lasted for a few years before it was merged into Paramount Plus. That was kinda anticlimactic. Well, that is basically all that I wanted to talk about this time. I know I have basically dug out this topic to its limits, but come on. The market is flooded to its limits. Anyways, that's basically the end of this video. Why do I hear footsteps?
What's up, nerds? It's me, Acorn TV.
What? How are you speaking? You are literally HTML, CSS, and JS.
That doesn't matter. What does matter is my super evil plan. You see, you wonder why there are so many cruddy and horrible streaming services. After being insulted numerous times, I saw how successful Netflix and Hulu were. So I came out and I was mocked relentlessly, so now I plan to destroy the entire streaming market. Ha 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 ha.
You idiot. How does one mediocre website topple down a multi-million-dollar industry?
By flooding it of course. You see, Peacock, Paramount Plus, and Quibi all have something in common.
They are worthless and only exist to make more money?
Oh, you imbecile. They only exist to flood the industry with bad streaming services. You see, my plan is to flood the entire streaming market with bad streaming services, so everyone will see how much better cable is compared to streaming.
What? That's so stupid. Don't you realize why people moved over to streaming? It was to move away from the monopoly that the cable companies have over the entertainment industry. Why do you want to take away that gift? We used to have one huge service, but now we have many. Streaming is becoming the new cable and you are the symbol of that. Just give up and go home.
That's stupid. Streaming is so much worse than cable. I will never give up. Kiss goodbye to Hulu and Netflix.
This will stop you.
Not Pluto TV. I am dying, help me. I am sorry.
Well, that was stupid and low budget. Anyways, I do feel kind of worried for the streaming market, now that Netflix is falling out of that #1 spot. I hope they can rebound, but one thing will always be consistent. I will keep on making these videos until the market gets its marbles together. Actually, scratch what I just said. Netflix just dropped the 4th season of Stranger Things and they just announced the 2nd season of Squid Games.